A Fitness and Exercise Guide. Fitness and Exercise Guide Introduction. All you own is your body. Capitalist society has probably got you hooked on ambition and worrying about retirement and old age, so you try to acquire as much money and things as you can to protect yourself so you don't end up destitute. Life is now. How much money and stuff do you really need? I sleep in a bed in a room. I get up. I do a bunch of stuff, some outdoors, then I sit in front of a computer for a few hours, then I go to sleep. I don't need junk. My life is what I do. I feel the joy like dolphins playing in the seas, happy to be alive and vital. You either got that sensibility or you don't. All the money and crap in the world don't amount to a thing next to a sense of healthy vitality and joy. That's all. You either live by the same code I do or you're a generic, mundane person who does not know the highs and joys of life. You might have all the material comforts, but they can't give you that feeling and sense of physical happiness where you feel healthy and good in an aesthetic kind of way because you do tough physical activities and love to do them. They give a sense of self-respect and goodness that nothing else can give. It's really very simple. It's as simple as walking. You either sit around, eat junk food and otherwise abuse yourself with legal toxins, or you strive to be active, eat healthy foods, get enough sleep, have a positive outlook and strive to be naturally inspired, or you don't. It's everybody's individual choice. Everyone can walk or be active in some way, or they can sit around doing nothing much physically. You can find tons of health books at number 611-613 at the library, number 796, number 799 for sports and outdoor recreation books. Chapter 1. We were made to move. About physical activity. Your body is your soul brought to the surface of your life. Your biography becomes your biology. Who you really are is written all over your body and face. You can see happiness, vitality, strength, a relaxed lifestyle and inner peace, or conversely, sadness, depression, apathy, cynicism, weakness, fatigue and stress by looking at someone. The body doesn't lie. It says who you really are despite all the pretense, like your suit, your watch, your hairstyle, your car, your job title, your alleged fame, etc. You mustn't look at physical activity as exercise. You have to look at it as a joy and a privilege to be able to move your body like you do and let it take you to places you can rarely experience any other way than through intense physical activity. Plain and simple, intense physical activity is one of the few ways a human being can rise above the general mundanity of the human condition on a near daily basis to touch the higher heights of his/her limits. Through this process of releasing this natural inspired energy, there is a process within that combines the spiritual, physical, mental faculties with the release of endorphins to make a person feel really, really good for a while. This is the real deal about physical activity. If you can train your body to be strong enough to release a massive amount of energy almost effortlessly, such that it's a joy when you do it. Some philosopher said the purpose of life is to sweat, implying that if you work hard, you feel good. Another guy said you can't divorce the mind and soul from the body. The way you use your body will determine your overall well-being in life. Fat people put on jolly faces for the world and give out excuses for why they're fat, anything other than eating and sitting around like logs. Why is it that you rarely see wild animals fat, only domesticated ones? It's because they're running around getting their food much like the human animal several thousand years ago, only now, he sits in a building all day long, goes to the supermarket and buys a bunch of fatty, sugary, processed food, then goes home and watches TV, and then you wonder when you see stories on the news saying over 60% of the general population is packing extra weight. Movement is at least one part of it. If you live a somewhat physically active life, you'll burn calories and your body will be more muscular than the body of the average person. Therefore, because muscles force the body to burn more calories by their very existence, you have a higher metabolism because of them, which helps keep your weight down. I get good feelings through physical activity in two ways. The first way is the transcendent feeling in the moment that sustains me for the rest of the day, inspiration and euphoric wise whenever I burn enough energy intensely in a short period of time to achieve it. To get this feeling, you have to release some intense physical energy in a short period of time, but long enough such that you're spent. You took your body for a good, hard, inspired ride today. You've reached or come close to your human physical limits in that period of time. While you're engaged, you hold on and ride it for a while, then you've honored yourself. You know that all the money, all the clods in the world with their fake illusions and all the lies of a capitalist world still can't come close to any individual with the enlightenment and sense to know this feeling or internal standard, call it what you will, is one key to a great life, and only the few people wise enough to try to expend enough energy day after day to reach it are the real winners of life. Average people can't understand this sense of euphoria because they never reach it through the average things they do in the course of the day. You can't get it buying a new car, eating a tub of ice cream, hugging your girl, or even having sex. Sex gives you a momentary orgasm. The intense expenditure of physical activity can sustain your sense of well-being for 6 to 12 hours. Then the next day, if you want to remain euphoric, you have to go for it again. For that envelope of time, you did what you were created for physically. You've purged your energy to the extent that it made you feel high, like you're on fire for that little bit of time. When you do it, nothing else on the planet matters for that little window of time. Nothing on the planet can match this euphoric experience. You've freed yourself from all the crap and mundanity of the world to be yourself purely physically for the moment, and it's often enough to sustain a sense of well-being for the rest of the day. Average people never get these highs. Their life is a constant flatline exacerbated with mild fluctuations like the downer of a stressful situation or a mild thrill out of eating a bag of chips or reading a frivolous magazine. They don't understand, they never will, and this is most of the general population. They don't realize how tied in physical activity is to overall sense of well-being. In order to feel good about life, you must release the primal energy within in all its facets. You convert your mental thoughts into physical energy, which delve into the spiritual release of the soul when you get to intense levels near your limits. The second form of good feeling I get through physical activity is, even if I do plodding things as opposed to sustained motion, or even if I'm tired and not feeling so hot, simply the slow release of energy through an ordinary workout, will, after a few hours, change me from a mundane feeling to a good feeling because I've released that energy. I've done my penance for the day, honored myself once again as my God, the Holy Father, would want me to do if I'm to honor this gift of a body He has given me as the temple for His divine soul inside of me. So you see, physical activity is not a boring, plodding activity done just because you have to, because you feel you must in order to keep your weight down. It's a joy from your Creator that far too many people divorce from themselves. I'm thankful every time I do physical activities because I've been in a few accidents, had a few injuries, which made me realize that if you don't have the use of a vital, healthy, robust feeling body, forget it, you ain't living a good life no matter how many delusions from the world you live under. I see all the disabled and old people out there, plus all the deadheads who couldn't run a half-mile if their lives depended on it, and I know what's real in life. I'm thankful every time I blow off steam like a thoroughbred racehorse. My physical body is one instrument of my joy. I take care of it without being an ascetic jock or an extremist Spartan burning himself out trying to win some illusory prize from the world. I do it because I love it and respect my God-given body. It's more like the flowing joy of physical activity to me than the guy on a regimented training plan, taking handfuls of pills every day, eating only a few bland foods. It's one part of living a great lifestyle. Youthful spark, sexual vitality, and inspiration. Youth means a predominance of courage over timidity, of the appetite of adventure over the love of ease. Anonymous. As in a swoon, one instant. Another sun, ineffable full dazzles me. And all the orbs I knew and brighter unknown orbs. One instant of the future land, heaven's land. Walt Whitman. Inspiration equals a sensation of vigorous youthful spark, which is the highest prize of life, so the game is to live the youthful flow via holding on to the sanctity of the soul no matter what. Inspiration comes mostly through spiritual, creative, and physical pursuits, and whatever inspiration I can suck from the world to feed my soul. Inspiration means that you're spirited about what you do. Even in the Bible over 2,500 years ago, the philosopher King Solomon reflected on youth in Ecclesiastes 11:9-10 and Ecclesiastes 12 saying, "Young people, enjoy your youth. Be happy while you are still young. Do what you want to do and follow your heart's desire. Don't let anything worry you or cause your pain. You aren't going to be young very long." He goes on to curse old age when your health and all your desires will go, which is why I consciously focus on keeping my health and desires young, strong, and active till death do me part. Oscar Wilde, an enlightened dude living in the Victorian era, wrote the novel The Picture of Dorian Gray about a guy who sells his soul for eternal youth. In my studies of aging and death, which I've written about elsewhere, I've read countless praises of the sanctity of youth, so I've concluded that this is it for all enlightened seekers. Keep that spark no matter what. Oscar eventually ended up selling his soul for his youth because he got in trouble following his sexual desires by taking on a young guy as a lover who was the son of a baron, and homosexuality was very much frowned on back then, so he eventually lost everything, went to jail and died an early death at about 46 or so. The golden rule is I am who I am. Life is a short ride of feelings, so my creed is to stay forever young by staying inspired forever. The ancients worshipped inspiration and youth in their mythology through the likes of Apollo, Adonis, Aphrodite, Dionysus, and my old kindred spirit friend, Roman Senator Ovid, who wrote his Metamorphoses, the theme of which was pure eternus, eternal youth. The goal is to make it through with your soul intact. Answer the call of your soul, then you'll know you're following the right path regardless of what happens. In order for life to have true meaning, you have to feel right about what you do. Do something that inspires you, then relax and enjoy yourself. That's it, everything else is mundane in my view. Life is a process of aging. The calmer you get as you go through, the more vital you get, hence the younger you feel. Buddhists dedicate their lives to calmness within, while we in the West strive for capitalist success. I've learned to live like a Buddhist, to be calm all the time no matter what. Capitalism is about production and work all the time. Free spiritism, living by the natural life flow within, is a balance of the release of the natural inspiration within, counteracted by periods of rest and calmness, unlike capitalism, which is go, go, go all the time. When the outside world fades away as it does every night, all you have is you, which is all you should really honor because it's all that really matters. Think back to the first beautiful warm sunny Sunday of spring, or watch the simple, uncomplicated exuberance of a puppy dog. This is the way to live. You're as young right now as you're ever gonna be, unless you live by the fountain of youth as described throughout this book and reverse the process. Your body is all you own. Oh, there is no way you can express it without being drunk and disorderly. How idiotic civilization is. Why be given a body if you have to keep it shut up in a case like a rare fiddle? Catherine Mansfield, Bliss, 1920. The body is the temple of the soul, 1 Corinthians 6:18, the eyes, its windows. William Blake said. Man has no body distinct from his soul. Body is a portion of soul discerned by the five senses, the chief inlets of soul in this age. Your body is all you really own. You only get one, so if you don't respect it, by the time you hit middle age, you'll know what I mean. Many creative types live for their art but neglect their bodies, thereby losing out on the holistic package. For me, the control of a strong, vital body is about as close to freedom as I can get to in life. Anyone who has less than this is not free, regardless of how much money, status, or love they have. It's not just health and vitality in a one-dimensional way as some dietitian or physical education teacher would do it, but the aesthetics of it. A beautiful body on the outside is an expression of the beauty you feel on the inside. At any given moment in time, your body is your gauge to you and to the rest of the world how much youthful spark, inspiration, joy, and vigor you've got. To stay beautiful and youthful as you age is the greatest way to live. The way you take care of yourself physically immediately shows the world how much personal dignity or lack of it you have. I generally believe that size of stomach is inversely related to well-being, happiness, and a sense of freedom, so I know all overweight people feel stuck and constrained in their bodies regardless of what kind of jolly face they put on for the world. The body is almost everything to feeling good, free, and powerful. Our society puts the physical body on the back burner of priorities, but it's everything. On TV, I watched them ask a native in a primitive tribe what was the most important thing in life to him, and he said the spirit, the life drive, and his health. You must develop a spiritual connection to your body by caring for it through vigorous activity, good nutrition, good rest, and very little stressful overexertion. I believe in short bursts of high-intensity physical activity for a while almost every day or so, followed by relaxing and recuperating afterwards. One of the stupidest stereotypes around is that athletes are dumb jock types. Not only does it take a lot of mental and inspired effort to pursue any reasonably intense physical activity, but it's really all about testing your spirit to its limits, because almighty bursts of physical activity require a strong spirit to do them. Great athletes aren't necessarily physically stronger or more talented than others, it's just that they have strong spirits to carry them through when everyone else is feeling weak, slacking off and quitting the race of life. You train to become like this, and through inertia, you can just as quickly lose it. Physical activity is a spiritual venture because it fuses mind, body, and soul into one fluid activity. Strive to make your physical activities unconscious, that is, without self-consciousness, letting the action take you away such that you forget yourself and flow with the intuitive sense of the process. The easiest way is to find a physical activity you like and make it one of your soulful pursuits. Dancing is one of the best exercises around, but it doesn't feel like exercise because you're beating a direct pathway to the soul by flowing with the music. Watch some professional classical dancers sometimes, see how free they are with their bodies and how happy they are. Fitness Essay 1. Have fun outdoors and indoors. Live and active, fun life to lose weight without thinking about it. Do different activities or work different body parts to get the entire body, plus do some aerobics, which is sustained motion like walking. Eat healthy foods, not junk food. There are thousands of fitness books at number 611-63 and number 796-799 at the library, but you don't need any of them. Just be physically active. Live an inspired life. Eat healthy food. Have fun. Enjoy your life. You don't need fancy exercises or expensive exercise equipment. Just go for a walk, do some push-up and CUPS. I noticed Spomione at menshealth.com saying don't do sit UPS thone, recommending his silly exercises. Keep it basic. As long as you're active regularly, you're fine. All the dinks join gyms during the new year then stop going after a month. I don't go to public gyms. I got basic weightlifting gear at my place. That's all I need. I don't waste time going to a gym, nor do I have to bother putting my public face on. Exercise and fitness are not rocket science. I think the occupation trainer is a big joke. There are a few basic exercises. That's it. Fitness is as easy as dancing in your room listening to some YouTube Zumba fitness videos. You can watch the dancers and follow them, but you don't have to. Just move to the music. Sometimes I go to the YouTube channel Young Hearts Roam just to record some of his music videos into MP3. Do these exercises without equipment. Sit up. Push up. Deep knee bends. Running in place. Jumping jacks. Dancing. Find playground equipment in a public park to do. Chin UPS. DIPs. Lay off sugar and starches. Animal fats are good for you. To lose weight, eat less, be active. They have so-called scientists like exercise physiologists and sports medicine doctorates doing research on exercise and nutrition, and no matter what they study, there are always three conclusions. Eat healthy unprocessed natural foods. Don't eat too much. Be active. You don't need a PhD to know how to be fit. The important thing is to be active day after day and like the activities that you do, then rest afterwards. If you're starting to work out, ease into it over a week because your body releases lactic acid. If the muscles are not used to exercise, then it stays in the muscles and causes pain for at least 4 days. Do a little bit starting out over 4 days, then start going harder. After a week, you can go as hard as you want and your body won't release lactic acid. I don't drink alcohol. Society says eat 3 meals a day. I eat 1 meal a day, usually at around 6 o'clock at night. Look up oxidative stress online. The definition sounds scientific. In plain English, it means people who work out too hard destroy their bodies and die young. No matter what, running 15 miles is bad for you. Running about 8 miles is good. Overdoing it is destructive. Exercising benefits do not increase in a linear fashion. It's good to work out hard but then rest well. I'm against the mania caused by the muscle and fitness magazines. At least the cover photos are all photoshopped. It's a big fraud, all those ads in those magazines. The Weeders had several lawsuits filed against them which they lost before they died. They were making most of their money selling those useless supplements. Supplements are the fantasy of a great body in a bottle for a rip-off price. I eat broccoli and apples. That's good enough for me. I don't need the latest $50 a bottle supplement. If you want some health food, go to the spice rack and get garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, turmeric/curry powder, thyme leaves, Italian seasoning. Control anger. Do what makes you feel vital. Fitness Essay 2. At the library, the fitness fields go from fitness, number 611-613, to sports psychology, number 153-159, to sports. 793 indoor games and amusements. 794 indoor games of skill. 795 games of chance. 796 outdoor sports. 797 water and air sports. 798 equestrian and animal sports. 799 fishing, hunting, shooting. Some journals for sports psychology are Journal of Sport Psychology, Journal of Applied Sport Psychology and the Sport Psychologist. Fitness Essay 3. As far as activity goes, keep things interesting. Vary your activities here and there. They call it cross-training, doing different things to target different parts of the body like hiking, basketball, weights, etc. There is strength training and aerobic training for the lungs. Do them both. It's not just what you eat, it's the portions. If you overeat health foods, they will be stored as fat. There's no magic pill. A fit body comes from regular exercise and good nutrition. Get your body moving so that you breathing in more oxygen. Oxygen in the body is the key to health. Don't waste money on the supplements advertised in muscle magazines. It's a massive scam. You only need 4 weightlifting exercises. Bench press, curls, bent over row, deadlift. Look around public parks for chin-up and dip bars. Work out then recover by resting. Listen to your body. If a body part is sore, rest or work around it. The best athletes are the inspired one who like working out and focus as they exercise. For endurance, run or walk for at least 5 minutes. Every month, they come out with a new edition of Muscle and Fitness magazine. They repeat the same simple stuff over and over again. As long as you're consistently active is all that matters. They complicate things to make money. They got all kinds of useless fancy exercise equipment. They even got fitness trainers that you pay $35 an hour or so for someone to tell you to do curls and sit ups. People used to go to the library for fitness books. 611 to 613. 796 to 799. Nowadays, look for a YouTube channel that offers simple basic exercise explanations. There are many egomaniacs on YouTube. Don't waste time as someone is not explaining an exercise, just filming themselves exercising to show off. Shed weight by being active and not overeating. Deep knee bends are good exercise. Simply go up and down by bending your knees. Swimming is a relaxing exercise. The risk factors of bad health are obesity, old age, heavy drinker, smoker, stress. Fitness Essay 4. Watch my 600 pounds life for free at putlockrhd.io to see how far people can go in destroying their bodies. Be positive, happy and inspired. Fitness is health. It's not just exercise. 1 ton doing positive things to live a healthy life, like eating healthy foods, relaxing and sleeping. Avoid toxins like food additives and processed foods. Everything made from chemicals is a potential toxin. Hulda Clark, in her book A Cure for All Cancers, basically said get anything made out of chemicals out of your house, including carpets and your refrigerator. There is some truth in what she says. They call it chemical sensitivity or environmental disease. Tap water has chlorine in it. Pour it into a bowl, then let it sit for 2 hours for the chlorine to evaporate. Have a relaxed, spiritual, aesthetic attitude of joy. Be active. You don't need strenuous exercise. Walking and a few basic exercises like push ups and sit ups are enough. People get sick when their immune systems get weak. There is fine balance between an inspired, active life and rest. If you overwork, you get stressed, which lowers your immune system. Disease is our bodies being invaded by negative microorganisms. You need healthy rested cells. Toxic cells live in your body and feed on sugar. Eat very little sugar. Eat an alkaline diet, which is a high vegetable diet. Drink 2 quarts of water a day at a minimum to help flush poisons out. Almost all sickness can be prevented or reversed. All disease results from malfunctioning cells. Sleep is very underrated. Sleep more than 8 hours a night if possible. Sleep heals everything. Stress is underrated as a cause of illness. Try to live a relaxed life. Healthy cells refuse illness. Eat as little processed foods as possible. Learn where toxins are and avoid them. Your mind can make you feel joyful. Laugh. Do things that make you feel peaceful. Use vitamin C. Have a purpose. Do something positive and productive daily. Healthy people spend time outdoors regularly. Lose excess weight. Cooked foods are nutritionally inferior to raw ones. Live simply. Man's days shall be 120 years, General 6:3. Eat healthy and processed foods. Avoid toxins around you, including alcohol. Do healthy things always. Don't wait until you get sick. The food industry has a profit motive. Somebody was telling us eggs are bad. Maybe it was somebody trying to sell a substitute like cereal. The rule of thumb is that anything natural is good for you. An egg and milk are natural. I don't care what anybody says. That's good enough for me. Now they tell us animal fat is good. It's natural. Tuna fish is good, but it contains mercury, a toxic heavy metal, so don't overdo it. Mercury fillings in teeth cause mercury to seep into the body. Toxicity can come from indoor air pollution. Keep a window open. Perfumes are toxins. You're putting a poison on your body. Dehydration is common. Drink water all the time. Wi-Fi and wireless gadgets are causing some toxins to be around your body in the form of electro waves. Have positive visual images in your mind. Use your mind to feel strong and vital. Avoid emotional stress. Believe in your health. Exercise is good. Too much is bad. Avoid electric blankets. Keep answering machines and electric clocks away from your head. Increase distance from televisions. Avoid using a cell phone. Avoid looking into your microwave. Doctors in America have certain standards they must follow. If they use other treatments, they could lose their licenses. This is not freedom. The lesson is that your doctor is a brainwashed person who is not a medical knowledge god. Real food is organic, fresh, and unprocessed. Health is a choice. Chapter 2. Fitness, physical activity. Physical fitness info 1. An active and healthy life is mostly about being active in something that inspires you. If you're anywhere with no exercise equipment, you can do the following exercises. Push up. Sit up. Squat, bend legs at knees while standing. Burpee, in push-up position, alternate kicking each leg back then into knee bent position. Jumping jacks. Chin UPS, possible if beams are hanging down in the basement. The faster you do workouts with the least rest possible, the more exponential your overall improvement is. Don't hold your breath while doing exercises. Some people do. Actively fit individuals develop a resistance to hypokinetic diseases such as obesity, heart failure, and diabetes. Being active helps prevent heart disease and stroke by lowering cholesterol levels and making the heart pump more efficiently. Physical activity helps control your weight. Regular exercise improves your mood. Any type of physical activity is good for you and will cut your risk of heart disease. Walk instead of drive. Regular daily exercise can make your heart stronger, improve blood flow and lower the level of fat on your body. Exercise helps build and maintain healthy bones, muscles and joints. Regular exercise helps you sleep better. Exercise makes you feel good. Exercises fall into 3 categories. Aerobic, continuous motion, running, biking, swimming. Anaerobic/strength, power, weightlifting, running up hills, push UPS. Flexibility, stretching. If you're disabled, you can still do what you can with what you got. Cross-training is when you do a number of different physical activities. Drink plenty of water before you begin exercising and afterward to prevent dehydration. Aerobic exercises are prolonged physical activities that you can perform continuously for at least 12 minutes that use oxygen to provide energy for your muscles. Aerobic exercises are walking, jogging, swimming and bicycling. Strength conditioning exercises using free weights or exercise machines can build strength, improve posture, and reduce your risk of lower back injury. Slowly increase the duration and intensity of your workouts. Start with moderate level activities. Begin your exercise routine with a warm-up period. Do some stretching exercises is to take each joint in your body through its full range of motion. Physical fitness info 2. As you exercise, lactic acid builds up in your muscles. If you're used to it, your body flushes it out. If you're not, it stays and causes soreness. That's why you should start any exercise program slowly, building it up over a week or 2. Sports-related injuries usually arise from overwork. If you experience any pain, or if you injure yourself, stop exercising and rest. If you think the injury may be serious, talk to your doctor. If you feel like you're overtraining, stop exercising for a day or more to give your body time to rest. Exercise such as jogging, running, or walking can place a lot of stress on joints and muscles. Don't stop but don't overdo it. Work up little by little. You'll probably get blisters. Get new running shoes, put little cuts in the ones you got or wear socks. If you get a blister, break it and leave it to heal. When pain occurs during exercise, it usually signals the overuse of a muscle, tendon, or joint. If it's not bad, you have to suck it up. I once ran 2 miles on a badly sprained foot because I had to. Inflamed joints and tendons are common. Rest them so that they heal. Stretching before and after exercise helps prevent inflammation. Do strength exercises. Shin splints is common for new runners. The strain on your knees causes pain for a week or 2, then it goes away. Plantar fasciitis is when plantar fascia at the bottom of your foot becomes partially detached from the heel. Muscle sprains and strains are common. A ligament, a band of tissue that attaches one bone to another, is pulled or torn. It will swell then heal over time. Stress fractures are hairline cracks that occur in bones. They usually heal on their own, but if you experience severe pain, see your doctor as soon as possible. If you get injured, you can't do much, so rest until it heals. If it doesn't heal, see your doctor. With some injuries, if you don't get surgery right away, it will heal wrong. When the weather is very hot, you either will not be accustomed to the heat and or will have sweat a lot of your minerals out. Heat injury occurs in stages. In the FLRST stage, called heat exhaustion, you get muscle cramps and feel weak. lay down in a shady area for 10 minutes, then hobble home and rest. Hardly anyone gets heat stroke unless they're somewhere where there is no shade. The warning signs stop your body before you can get heat stroke. Some pain is normal. If you run up a hill fast, expect to feel winded at the top of it. Expect to feel dizzy like I do. It proves to me that I'm near my limits. That's what I want, that feeling. I recover quickly. A healthy weight is when you feel light-footed, when you hardly have no extra fat around your stomach. The last place you lose weight is the stomach area, so if yours is almost flat, that's pretty good. Your body composition is usually measured by body fat level, what percentage of your body is fat. Anything under 20% is pretty good. There is a fancy test where you sit in a tub of water and they measure something, but an easy way is to grab the side of your stomach. If there's more than an inch of fat there, you're overweight. I don't trust them height-weight charts simply because they were created for average people. At one time I was very muscular, but according to the chart I was obese. For women, the ideal body is a 0.8 waist to hip ratio. Measure your hips and waist, then go waist/hips. The bigger your waist in relation to your hips, the more overweight and unattractive you are. Don't have unrealistic expectations. Just do your exercise every day. Don't bother with the scale, because when you exercise, you might build muscles so the scale will not show weight loss. You intuitively know how fit you are by the amount of fat around your stomach. Cut back on fat by buying low-fat foods. Trim fat from meat. Drink fat-free milk. Reduce your intake of sugar. Use herbs and spices to add flavor to food. Having more muscle gives you a higher metabolism, the process in your cells that produces energy, so you naturally burn more energy at rest. Choose activities you enjoy. Physical fitness is a combination of lifestyle, nutrition, cardiorespiratory endurance, the ability of the heart to get oxygen-rich blood to the required working muscles, the capacity that the body and heart have of removing CO2 from the muscles and expel via the lungs. Muscular strength, the maximum amount of strength, or weight that a muscle or muscle group can lift and exert in a single effort. A greater amount of muscle mass, even at rest, consumes a great amount of calories. Muscular endurance, the ability to maintain and repeat a moderate level of muscular effort, such as doing manual labor. Flexibility, the ability to move your body joints through their full range of motion. Body composition, the ratio of fat in the body compared to the overall levels of lean body mass. Physical activity has a relaxation effect. There is a movement around called active living, where they lobby local governments to try to make communities more amenable to physical activity, like building bike paths, parks, etc. Other than that, active living refers to living a physically active lifestyle. Physical fitness info 3. Get outside every day and do something you think is fun. Aerobics, ballet, baseball, basketball, biking, boating, bowling, boxing, canoeing, dance, dancing, field hockey, football, frisbee, golf, gymnastics, hiking, hockey, hopscotch, horseback riding, hula hoop, ice skating, jogging, juggling, jump rope, laser tag, paintball, ping pong, playing catch, rock climbing, roller blading, roller skating, running, skateboarding, skiing, soccer, softball, swimming, taekwondo, tennis, trampoline, treadmill, unicycling, volleyball, walking, weightlifting. The body mass index/BMI. The body mass index/BMI is a tool for gauging whether your body weight falls in the healthy range or not. Convert your weight to kilograms. 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. Convert your height to meters. 1 meter equals 39.37 inches. Divide your weight by your height squared, weight/height 2. You get a number called your BMI, which corresponds roughly to these categories. Less than 18.5, underweight. 18.5 to 24.9, healthy weight. 25 to 29.9, overweight. 30 or more, obese. blonz.com/bmi.hdm, The Blonz Guides Body Mass Index Calculator. nhlbysupport.com/bmi/bmicalc.hdm, Body Mass Index Chart. CaliforniaProjectLean.org, calculate your body mass index, BMI, adults and older teens. cdc.gov/nccdphp/dnpa/bmi/calc-bmi.hdm. cdc.gov/nccdphp/dnpa/bmi/for-age.hdm, BMI for children and teens. Check your pulse. Put your thumb on one side and your forefinger on the other side of your throat. You should feel the pulse strongly. cchs.net/health/health-info/docs/0900/0984.asp?index=5508, your pulse and your target heart rate. What is your pulse? wikihow.com/check-your-pulse. time-to-run.com/beginners/pulse.hdm, take your pulse. strokeheart.org/scipa/check.html, check your pulse America.